And welcome back. Here she is, the woman with the best dating advice, the woman that can help you find a man in under a year. All you have to do is comment and become friends with her and DM her on Instagram, the woman who continues to sparkle in my eye each and
Oh,
every day. We just came back from a great trip in New
we
York
had fun.
where she was changing outfits midday and just keeping it, always keeping it fresh and always keeping it exciting. And we always keep it fresh and exciting right here on the Smartest Girl in the World podcast. Hello, Naveen. Amazing. Welcome back to your show.
Thank you.
Are you
It's so good
excited?
to be here. I saw you got a cool plaque thing from
Yes.
Spotify. They're actually gonna send us one too
Oh, really?
of smartest girl in the world. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. They're
that
just
one was for 100 million streams.
that's it. So 100 million is a big number. It's really cool. It's such a cool podcast you have going on over there. That little production.
Yep.
But so this one, although it's 10,000, I feel like
Sure.
around.
Yeah.
Uh,
No. You probably have 10,016 episodes. Yeah, over 100, over 200,
oh, is
probably
it?
over 300,000
It's
listens.
all the.
All the listens combined. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're
Uh,
getting there. You're onto a, oh, you're on, probably onto a million already.
yeah, I just. How does Spotify get your address? Is my question.
And
Because what if they've been wanting to send me even 1,000 to me is like a big deal. I'd love a plaque for 1,000, but maybe they just don't know how to reach me.
yeah, you know what? We actually get invited to Spotify things all the time, and we never go.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
I
very,
wish that
very
people
kind.
would invite me like personally because you're really bad
I
at.
am. I'm
You
really
don't have a
bad.
planner like I have.
No. Naveen has this wonderful planner that, and it's old school planner. It's like what your nana would have. It's got flowers on it. It's about yay
It's
big.
the only thing that's kept me like so on. It's kept me the most on track. Wouldn't you say like we've been more on track than usual?
Yep, more on track, making things happen. Yeah, for sure. And you love that planner, and
I love it. I even put it in my purse when we traveled.
yeah. And even something small will come along. She'll be
I
like,
open it up.
I have a phone call tomorrow at 11. She's like,
That's how you have to be.
yeah,
That's how you have to be.
wonderful. Keeping it down. How did you like New York? How did you like the wedding?
I loved it. I thought it was so fun. It was like, I feel like, I don't know if it's because I did, but it felt like everyone had such a good time,
Yeah,
like across the board.
yeah,
Like, I feel like it was just so fun. And like, I think they did it like really well. I think the venue is like so pretty. She
yeah.
looked so good.
Mm-hmm.
He looked really good. I loved the theme of like just the black and white.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a perfect wedding.
yeah. It was just like warm, just like when you go to their house. You know,
Yeah.
like really warm and inviting. And
I've only been to their house once.
oh. Well, I've been a bunch, and when I go, there's always like a charcuterie board
Oh
out.
yeah.
And
She's just so good at
yeah,
like planning things and stuff.
yeah.
And I felt like everyone there, like I met a lot of people.
Yeah, you were cooking on that.
I have a lot of new Instagram friends. I've been
Good.
messaging like a bunch of people
Good.
from that night. Like it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
One of them is taking me on a date tomorrow.
You're kidding.
I'm just kidding.
It's amazing. Who is
I've,
it?
I met a lot of girls there.
I hope so. Yeah, I've got a date of my own happening. Yeah. Oh no, she doesn't like it. See,
It's not a funny joke.
Guys, I'm back with another Magic Mind update. There it is, Magic Mind. Here's the box. Here's how it comes. Look at all of them ready to go. And I love these little daddies. I hate having a second cup of coffee in the afternoon. It makes me jittery. So instead, I reach for a Magic Mind, and it is just so awesome. It's full of great stuff. Sharper mind, calmer energy, gets me hyped up, gets me ready for the day. And of course, let's not forget about their sleep shots, which I'm also on. So Magic Mind, putting me to bed and also getting me hyped up. Burr, 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 burr. That's a rap air horn for all you people at home. The Magic Mind focus shots have it all. Lion's mane, L-theanine, ashwagandha, turmeric, vitamins B2, B3, B12, C, and D. And let's not forget about the rhodiola and cordyceps. And right now you're going to get 48% off your subscription order when you use the code ALLGOOD20. That's code ALLGOOD20. 48% off or 20% off just one order. So that's up to 50% off for this Magic Mind. Get going on it. And and see how you do on it. I absolutely love it, and I think you will too. Okay, back to the podcast.
Are you ready for this week's questions?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
First thing is my own observation that I'm not sure if it's mean or not,
Yeah.
but have you noticed people that ask you to hook them up with someone
Yeah.
and then you make a suggestion and they're like, oh no, like I was thinking someone like this. And then it's like, I feel like people need to like
Check themselves.
it's like as like an example, if I was like, oh, I want to hook you up with my friend Steve Buscemi, right?
Yeah.
Say,
Great actor.
pretend he's my friend.
Yeah.
Who I think incredible looks.
Right.
Like he looks so interesting.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So interesting.
We're still wondering on your vision, but
so
okay.
in my head, I'm telling you like, oh, I would match you up aesthetically with this person.
Yeah.
And you're like, I was thinking Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like
Yeah.
when someone's suggesting someone do people not know? Like, I don't know. It's like,
Well, people.
It's crazy to
People can
me.
aim high. I mean, that's what you have to do. Is you. I
you
mean,
also
listen.
have to be self-aware.
But hang on a second. Let me go the other way.
Okay.
For many, many, many years, I would never think I could get somebody like you, but here you are in the flesh, the most beautiful woman in the world. So
that's true,
I was undershooting for years. It looks like.
Right. But so here's the
So
thing.
aim for Leonardo DiCaprio.
we make jokes and stuff, but in reality,
Yeah.
you and I are both extremely good looking.
Well, I mean, you are.
No, but
I
Jason,
don't
you
see it
are
that
too.
way.
Why would I not be with someone good looking? I don't understand what
Because
you're
you think
saying.
Steve Buscemi's good looking.
No, I said Steve Buscemi is interesting to look at. He's interesting to look at. And
No one would. I love Steve Buscemi. No one is going to put him on the heartthrob list, and he knows it. You know, and he's a brilliant actor.
but here's where it gets.
So it's
Here's
different
what's
for guys and
interesting.
girls.
Here's what's
Is that what it
interesting,
is?
he just has to date one hot girl.
One hottie and
One hot girl.
yeah.
And then everyone else will see it.
Well, I'm sure Steve Buscemi could get a hot girl if he wanted. I don't know. I don't know what his dating situation is, but yeah, but I think that I know what you mean. Like, okay, so that's annoying to you when somebody's like, I want choice A,
So it's
but
not-
you
it's
really
not-
need a choice B.
It's not that they want this choice, like the high
Yeah.
choice, right? It's that if I offer maybe that's like my pride, but it's like I'm offering you something and you're saying you want me to explain to you why you can't have the other thing.
You're offering them something realistic.
Yes.
Yes, and they're on another planet.
They're like, no, I think more like this, and it's like, I don't know, like
right. So what did you do?
nothing. I just walked away. I'm doing a new thing now.
Yeah.
So for many years I did brutal honesty.
Yeah, I know, and it didn't go well for you.
Never went well. So now I've just, it's actually been pretty great. I haven't had anyone like that mad at me.
Yeah.
I just shut down and I'm like, oh, like that's what you
So
want.
now you're not doing brutal honesty?
I'm not doing brutal honesty for brutal honesty, and for my work to work on you.
Yeah.
Is there's always a step system. Step one is you have to be self-aware. And if I sense that someone isn't self-aware, who am I? It's not up to me to teach you at that point. Then it's like, oh, okay. You go believe what you want to believe.
Right.
I'll believe the truth.
And what happened when you were brutally honest?
People don't like it. People don't, because also my honesty
Yeah.
might not be your honesty. Like, right? Like if I think someone's ugly, you could think they're the most beautiful person. Or if
Right.
I think that you should do this, you might think you should do the other thing. So it's like,
Well, talk about, I think what's interesting is when you would go on dates and you would, at the end of the date, tell them,
It's not
I don't
working.
like you and
I
here's
don't-
why.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think is interesting.
it's just so funny how upset people get.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
They really don't like it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I would like, here, play it
So
with
like
me.
say we went on a date.
Right.
And also keep in mind, it's not like you were like it. I'm pretty like realistic also about like, oh, this doesn't feel like it's supposed to feel.
Yeah.
Like something's off. So like I'm hoping you would feel that too, right?
Yeah, but guys can get blinded by looks. So they just like, all right, this girl's great, and they haven't thought it all the way through. That they haven't thought about the connection part, which it
Really?
might not be there yet. So they're like, the connection part will come.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a great body.
If I'm being honest, like I would just be like, oh, like I have like a really clear vision of what I want, like my future, and like it's just not. I feel like you wouldn't fit that description, but I think
Yeah.
you're so cool. Like I'd love to be friends, and like I think it's, you know, it would be cool to like set you up with someone that I think you'd be better with. Or
Yeah.
It just
And
isn't for
then they
me.
get mad. Would you
They
say that in
always-
text or in person?
It depends. If I felt like they were cool,
Mm-hmm.
I would say it in person. Like if it felt like if I felt comfortable.
I would love for you to dig up an old text.
But
where you told
usually it
somebody
was
no.
in text.
Really?
I'll find some because I have them.
And then
Most
what
of
would,
them screenshotted.
what would they respond?
So it would go one of two ways. It's either defensive and like telling me I have it wrong, or like they really do see something and they do want the same things as me, and to give them like another shot. And
Right.
like that I respect. It's like they're trying.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, oh, well, you think you're so great. Well, these are the things that I didn't like about you on the date. And it's like, right, but you were willing to go on another date with me. So how bad were those things? But so I loved option 2 because then it's such an easy thing. It's like, okay, so then you agree with me
Right.
that this isn't a good thing. And it's such an interesting thing how upset people get with the truth.
Yeah, it's kind of you're kind of seeing their transparency. I sent you something pretty interesting.
Oh, you sent me that LA is the worst place to date.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah. I think it's wrong.
You think it's wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, you think LA is a good place to date?
Like for me, it's like imagine you were like in Mississippi and you had to go find your person.
Well, that's true. It's a
like,
good point.
I would say like big cities like New York and LA, like you have so many options.
Yeah.
In those small towns, like I just don't understand how those aren't number one worst place to date. It's because we're not even thinking about them.
Too many options. That's the problem.
It's just not that. Well, I'm sure they're all lovely and they're probably like much better than the people here, but I don't know. I just don't like when someone says this is the worst city to date. Like how?
Yeah.
For who? Not if you're hot.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Magic Mind. Well, yeah, there you go. Guys, if you're not hot, I don't know.
And here's the thing, and we've talked about this a
But it
million
is,
times.
that's not true. If you are hot, it is hard.
If you're
it's hard
hot-
if you're hot too.
If you're hot, it's hard too. But I don't know. Like, also, if you're saying, you should never say the words, "Oh, dating is bad here" or something.
Yeah. You were just in New York City. What did you feel about the dating vibe when you were there?
I'll tell you this. Truly, I like a New York guy better than LA.
Okay.
I think it has more like hustler mentality, whereas like LA, it's like a lot of people pretending almost to like have these like big things. Like it's like a lot of fakeness, whereas like New York feels like very real.
Right.
And I like that. But anytime I was with a New York person, I always ended up leaving them for an LA person. I have to
You
say,
did?
yeah, every time.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah, people in New York, they are from all walks of life.
yeah.
Finance people, art people, book people, insurance people. But in here it's just more,
Like the same kind of.
sure, everybody's like, talking about AI and crypto.
Right.
Right.
I just feel like in New York, people are going to a job.
Yes, yeah.
They're going to an office. Like
Right.
they're going, like, I don't know. Here, everyone has a job and everyone's working, but it seems that everyone is home also.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's kind of fake
It's
land
so
here.
strange.
I know.
I love it.
I don't go to a job either.
Like right from the couch. Okay. Anyway,
All right.
are you ready for a question?
I'm ready. Did you see the TikTok the guy said that I died?
So I never saw it, but you told me about it.
I have it.
I think that's so
I
funny.
want to stitch it. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Jason Nash passed away in the LA fires.
From the fires? That's such a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
What did the comments say? Did anyone ask you if you died, or what? Did it go viral or no?
No, it didn't go viral, but I commented on it. I said, thank you so much, man. Great job. Thanks for getting the word out. I'm up in heaven with Biggie Smalls.
You said that?
Yeah. I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to put like Heaven's Gates behind me.
Did you have fun in New York? Have you ever dated someone in New York?
Yeah, I had a relationship when I was like 23.
Oh, right.
I dated an older woman.
You loved doing that before me.
Yeah, I dated her. She was 32 and I was 23.
Wait, the woman that was clingy?
She was a little clingy.
Yeah, your mom told me all about her.
Yeah, she was great, but she's
clingy.
It was tough.
Wait, she was in her I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. You get jealous over anything. There was a woman, we went to this museum, and this like 85-year-old woman commented on the Cadillac we were looking at, and Naveen got so jealous.
It's just like, okay.
She was 85. She could
talk
barely.
to your own man.
She could barely walk.
I don't know. You can't trust guys these days. It could be anyone.
Oh.
Because maybe you want to feel like young, you know. So then you'd.
Oh, so I would go
80.
with someone older to feel young. It doesn't work like that. It's like
you never know.
You know, Danielle's father said that to me when we were at the wedding. He was like, "You are so lucky."
That's such a funny thing.
And I was like, I know. And he's like, you get to like be around all these young people. Like it keeps you young. And I say, yeah, it keeps you delusional. You know, but it does.
But to be fair, you're around all the young people, not because you have actually put young people into my life.
Yeah. To be fair,
I was hanging out with nice old people.
No, I know. I get it. But I mean, I think he was also commenting on how like you look young and you're so youthful.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, hey, come and visit, man. I was like, you can come stay in Wyatt's bedroom. And he was like, all right, I might take you up on that.
I will say I invited about 40 people to come stay
You didn't.
in Wyatt's room.
No, you didn't.
It's like there's something about a wedding where you're like, you should come. Questions.
Okay.
Is it weird to message first on an app, or should I wait as a girl to a boy? I think you can message.
100% message first.
I think a lot of people are seeing so many messages. Like you should. I think it's okay to message.
Yeah,
first.
100%. You're just trying to get to, to see if this person is can be anything to you. So the quicker you can get there, the better.
Is it a red flag if someone refuses to FaceTime with me before meeting up?
Yes.
It is? Like, why? I guess why? Like, are they busy?
Why?
What if they're, I don't know.
100% you should be able to FaceTime first. You want to just see what they look like, see if they're for real. If the person says, no, I don't want to FaceTime, that is a red flag. Get out, girl. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, get out.
Okay, yeah.
I had a FaceTime date once.
Yeah.
I used to love FaceTime dates.
I did it a lot during COVID.
Sure, they're great. They're great. It's like you're there, you start talking for 10 minutes, and then you're like, all right, I have to go. Never talk to him again. Fantastic.
I will say you can't.
You can't tell over FaceTime?
You can't judge. You can tell if someone's weird. You can tell if someone's weird, but you can't tell. You gotta, as humans, like, we have to, like, smell the person and, like, be next to them and feel, like, you can't tell.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Your pheromones, you can't. They're not even there.
Okay.
It's just, is this person weird, and is this person asking me enough questions about myself to make this FaceTime interesting?
I saw an interesting thing the other day. It was,
what?
I was reading this Reddit thread, and it was like, is it okay if I'm having a wedding and my sister who has special needs, and I was reading this thread, is it okay if I don't invite my special needs sister? And I was like,
yes.
Then that was overwhelmingly the response, which I was so surprised.
Really?
People were like, yeah, it's your day. Like if
you have to be thinking about someone else.
Like I guess it was to the point where she like can't let go of the person's husband. Like she has to like constantly be next to the husband because she's like obsessed.
Sister?
Yeah, the person she's marrying, the boyfriend, fiance, or whatever.
Yeah.
And overwhelmingly, they were like, "It's your day. Don't invite her." I was like, "That's wild."
Really?
Yeah, that's wild. How could you not have them there? Even if they were going to cause a scene, I'd be like, all right, well, they caused a scene.
No. You're paying for the day.
Yeah, I know, but it's your sister. And then someone was like, well, she'll never get to have a wedding. That's what her parents said.
Sounds personal.
Her parents said, you'll never get to have a wedding.
That's rude.
And then the parents stopped talking to her. And
To the special needs sister? The
both.
normal?
She stopped talking to the parents. The parents aren't coming. The special needs sister's not coming. And
Perfect. The less money.
yeah, I know. That's a tough one. Really tough. I don't know.
I just think it's so selfish to expect. I don't know. I think also having, I don't know if this is crazy. Having a special needs person in your family is such a big commitment from your parents, right? Like your parents are always taking care of them. And like it's such a big part of your life growing up, I'm
Right.
sure, that to now be older and have this, a big moment, like once again, like, I don't know. I think that is okay to like have a day where it's about you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess so.
I think that's okay.
I wouldn't do it.
I think that's okay. And I think if the parents are mad at her for that, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah. Again, we don't know the circumstances. All right.
Okay.
Next one.
Weirdest first date you've gone on from a dating app?
Oh my God. I think I've told this story before on this podcast, but yeah, I just went to a date once and the woman was
Drunk?
she was just in a huge fight with her mom and her mom had stolen all this money and that was like the entire date and then I left and I was like, this is not good. You?
So I don't know if this counts as a first date, but I met him at the bar while I was out with my friends. And then we started talking and we like connected.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I want to keep hanging out like tonight.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well, I'm like with my friends.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, well, how about this? I have a house in Venice and I have a hot tub. Have I told you this?
No.
And I have a hot tub and like we can all just hang out there.
Okay.
And I was like, perfect. It's like a group, like it'll be like a party.
Sure.
And so I was like, okay. And like him and I are really connecting.
Really?
And so I'm like, okay. And so like I check in with the girls and everyone's like, yeah, let's go. He was with like 2 other friends.
Yeah.
And then he was like, but listen, I need like just time with you. And I was like, okay. So he's like, why don't we take a separate car? And I was like, sure. And so we go in a car and we get to his house and then his friends take my friends in a car and they go to a bar.
Oh, no.
And I get there and I'm like, wait,
no.
what happened? I'm going to go. Okay.
Yeah.
So then he calls me an Uber
Yeah.
and it was so embarrassing. I was like on like a high horse and I was like, it's kind of weird, like blah, 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 blah. So I'm like leaving. And then on the way out to the Uber, I like fall.
No.
Yeah.
You
It
tripped?
was so embarrassing. Yeah.
Bad fall? Did he see it?
So I thought he didn't, right?
Right.
And I was like, okay, whatever. I was a little drunk.
Right.
And then he texts me to make sure I'm okay because he saw it on the camera. Is that not so embarrassing?
No. People fall.
Damn. And that guy went on to be, I'm not saying it was me,
Yeah.
a huge actor.
What happened? Why didn't you get with him?
So I liked him.
Sure.
And then we hung out a couple of times.
Yeah.
And so he was actually married for citizenship.
Yep.
He was like actually friends with the girl. Like you could tell he was not lying about it.
You're right.
And then he was like, this is the time I was rejected, kind of. He was like, I don't want, obviously, like marriage isn't in the cards for me for a while because I have to like keep up this fake marriage. So like I
Right.
can't get married to anyone else.
Right.
And I was like, this is kind of too much drama for me, right?
Right.
And I didn't like that he was an actor. And I was like, I mean, how far is he going to get with this acting thing, right?
Yeah.
Huge star. And so then he starts dating seriously a Victoria's Secret model.
No!
Yeah. I guess he didn't want a wife, to be fair. So it's
Right.
still not rejected, but
Tell the story how Leonardo DiCaprio rejected you.
Leo. It sucks because I really think he didn't like to be so cocky to sit at a bar and not even.
Everybody sits in a bar.
No, but when I sit at a bar, I kind of make eye contact with everyone at the bar, not out of like.
So he
not out of
didn't make
interest.
eye contact?
He didn't even.
Of course he didn't.
What do you mean? Of course he didn't.
He's Leonardo DiCaprio.
What if okay, but what if I was?
If he makes
What
eye,
if I was Brad Pitt?
if he makes eye contact with anyone, then he's gonna have to have a conversation with every single
Oh, a
person on the bar.
conversation with me, the smartest girl in the world.
But I mean,
He
yeah,
could be on this podcast
you know,
as my co-host.
I find it odd that people don't have sympathy for celebrities. I do.
What do you mean?
I mean, not you don't need to have sympathy for celebrities, but like, if a celebrity, if you're like super famous like that,
Yeah.
like you can't sit there and talk and like, you know, make eye contact with people. You can't.
Why?
You just can't.
Yes, you can.
Nah,
Yes,
you
you
can't.
can.
No, you'll be there all day. Maybe he just wanted to be alone.
He was singing karaoke.
He was. So he's
That-
at the
I'm so
bar.
sorry. That to me is the most to sing a song in front of
Maybe
a
he
group
likes
of
to
people.
karaoke.
No, I'm sorry. That's someone that's looking for attention on them.
No, that's not true. People like karaoke, but he can't go out and sing karaoke and have some fun.
Not if you're not going to hit on me. No, you can't.
What did
You
he
would stay
sing?
home. I don't remember.
So you saw him, and
He was with the cast of Entourage.
okay. And the story you tell is that when you saw him, you thought this was it. You guys were going to fall in love and have a connection.
I literally was like, I was so young, and I was like, whoa, like, this is like sucks that it's going to be right now. Like,
right.
I wish I had like more time in LA being single. Like, this was my dream. But I guess like this is a good way to end it on, you know? Like,
Right.
I can just be with Leonardo DiCaprio. This is going to be huge.
He's good enough. I'll take
I
it.
literally sat there like cranberry vodka, and I was like, all right, like, let's go.
And then it never came. Huh?
Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing.
Did you hang around for a while to see, or did you?
I was
eventually-
there all night.
You were?
I was there all night.
You were alone?
I actually was meeting a date there.
Oh no! And then what happened when the date came in? You were like,
The date knew one of the people in the group,
yeah.
and so then it was like, I think that's why I think I got.
Maybe that's
in.
why he didn't talk to you, because you were having
No,
a
he
date.
didn't even know. No, I wasn't having a date. I had met someone, and he was like, "Oh, come," and maybe. It was like, I can't really remember, but I think I got in because this person invited me to this thing. So maybe it was like a more intimate thing at the bar.
Right.
Otherwise, people would have been swarming him, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it was.
I also know how he works too.
How does he work?
Well-
He likes fun. He likes yachts. He likes everything I
No,
like.
but I don't think he'll approach a girl. I think he has someone.
Oh, get a girl from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still waiting for that call from your friend, whoever controls you, Leo. I never got it, but that's okay. He also doesn't like girls. He's like said before, like doesn't like girls that are like he doesn't like lip injections, and he doesn't like fillers and stuff. That's why he goes for like under 25.
Oh,
or
I see.
whatever.
I see.
Once you have to go to the med spa, it's game over.
Yeah.
What's the pettiest reason you've ended a relationship or situationship?
Somebody had dogs.
Same.
Yeah. Somebody had dogs. Yeah.
And it's just
It
a
just
no.
got to be too much.
It's just no.
Yeah, it was just like, or like there was something else that was wrong, and then they had dogs that I had to take care of, and I was like, you know what, I'm out.
Oh, you had to take care of the dog?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wasn't good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you break up before you had to take care of the dog, or was it like that?
I
was
saw it coming.
Yeah.
I saw it coming around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Departed was playing on the flight.
Yes, it was playing in the hotel room too.
That movie's haunting me. It's
Did
like
it play on the flight too?
It was on in the movies.
We have all these weird things that have been happening to us that we think are connected.
I think like ever since I started talking about The Departed, it's playing everywhere.
Well, that I don't think happens.
I should get a cut.
No, you shouldn't get a cut, but you love The Departed. I showed Naveen The Departed for the first time, and it's one of my favorite movies, and she loved it.
It's so good.
You liked it, huh?
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Maybe you'll do Goodfellas next.
Oh, that was on the plane too.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of movies on the plane.
Yeah, they do. A lot of good selections.
I kept trying to choose a movie.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm going to watch it. It was such a long flight.
Right.
I couldn't get through one movie because I would get so bored.
Oh, really?
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I loved Wolves the first time I saw it. And then I tried to. You told me to watch it on the plane, and then it was boring the second time. We had a huge fiasco because two middle seats.
Listen, guys, I've humbled myself. I was like, you know what? It doesn't make sense to always have first class tickets. It's expensive. It's like thousands of dollars to do stuff. If you're with someone, this is what I did in my brain. This is the girl math. I was like, I'm with someone I really love, sitting in economy and sitting next to each other, and like getting to hang out and like just be next to each other. And saving the money is better than sitting by yourself in first class. That was the girl math I did in my head for this.
Sure.
But the trade-off is I sit by the window and Jason sits in the middle, and then I'm happy to not be in first class. I'm good.
And
we walked in on this flight, and we were both in middle seats.
They screwed us last minute. United, you screwed us last minute. I was so clear. 26E, 26F. And then when we went to get the ticket,
calm.
They sent me to 37. 2 middle seats. Yeah, 2 middle seats. And then there was a moment on the plane where she was like,
I was like,
She was like, I can't sit middle. I can't sit middle.
Well, because I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, there's a guy, a scary guy, by the way.
Yeah.
A terrifying man.
Yeah.
Sitting window, and then like a nice blonde lady on the aisle. And they're like waiting for me to go in the middle. I was like, I can't sit middle. I can't do it. And like Jason's like trying to, figure out what to do. But the flight is also full. So there's nothing we can do.
No.
And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe if I seem annoyed enough, the guy will just switch with me.
Right. Yeah, what happened?
He doesn't. He pulled out. He was so weird. Even Todd. So Todd was sitting behind me. Todd even commented on him because he was just scary.
Yeah, was he?
He was so scary, and like he pulled out a toy dinosaur and was just staring at it. Didn't watch a movie, was just staring at this dinosaur like this, like looking at the ridges of it. And then there's writing on the back of the seat.
Yeah.
Like whatever it says. He like is reading it, like putting his fingers like this and like reading it like this, just touching the tray, just being weird.
Right.
And then the plane lands and everyone's standing, and like you're waiting until you can leave.
Yeah.
There's rows and rows of people ahead of us.
Yeah.
The guy starts trying to climb over me to like leave. You're not going anywhere. So Todd's like, what is he doing? And I was like, I don't know. Like,
he tried to climb over you?
he was just like, but it's me and another girl, and like we're not moving yet because this is still like clogged up.
You sent me a text mid-flight, and I was like, sorry about the middle, and you were like, it's okay, it's a good character building moment for me.
It was because I almost lost my shit, and then I was like, oh, this is so stupid. Like I can't.
Yeah, and then immediately you only like put up a fight for like 10 seconds.
It was so like,
which was great of you. And then right after that, a woman came on the plane with like 4 kids, right? And literally starts asking Todd to move.
This woman and her family of 6 all also have middle seats, where she proceeds to try to switch people with window seats so that her family can all sit together. And then her kids are crying, and they're like preteens and one baby. And she's like, well, and she looks at Todd and she's like, please, sir, like, I want to sit next to my kids. And Todd goes, sorry, I'm hungover.
No, but that, in Todd's defense, absolutely not.
Absolutely. Like, you
Absolutely
didn't book it.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you have
yeah.
that big of a family, you should book it. And so then they're standing and the lady's like, well, I can't sit in the middle because of religious reasons. And I was like, this flight attendant looked at her and I was like, I dare you to let that be a valid excuse because I can't sit in the middle because of religious reasons.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not.
Yeah. That was all right. Well, it's been a fun podcast.
It's just me crying about middle seat.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We love you.
Love
Go check
you.
out some of the other videos on the channel. Go check out the Smartest Girl playlist. This will be linked in
You have a playlist?
I have a Smartest Girl playlist, yeah.
Oh.
No, it's a playlist of all your videos. So
Oh,
go
it's
check
not
out
songs.
No, it's like a YouTube playlist. So go check out some of those.
Do you think you can do a smartest girl in the world song?
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. We're so glad you came. Smartest girl in the world with Naveen and Jay.
Oh.
Let's do it next week. Same time, same place. Ooh, now I'm going to kiss Naveen's face.
That was really good, Jason.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.